In this video, we're going to talk about how to set up the security settings in your FireFly POS system. So let's just click on Configuration and Security. Okay, the system is set up to have 6 different security groups. You can choose what you want to name these groups just by typing over the names here. The next option requires employees to change their password after a certain number of days. This is optional, and you can leave it blank if you'd like. Okay, the max discount percentage. We probably don't want our kitchen staff to give any discounts, and we'll let our counter people and our drivers give up to 20%. Our supervisors can do 50, managers, owners can do 100. Now we can choose all of these different security settings. Just go ahead and check the box for which groups you want to allow to do these different functions. Okay, let's talk about a couple of these options. Require a reason on voids. If you require a reason, you have the option to allow a free-form entry or to pick from a list. If you want to set up a list, go here to the reasons list, click Add New, and we'll just type in a reason. Go ahead and keep typing in the reasons that you'd like people to choose from. Okay. Another setting that we want to look at are our reports. We've got detailed security on every single report here, so you can get very specific about which reports different employees are allowed to view. Okay, another configuration option is on the Edit Corporate item. This has to do with multi-store management tools, where you can designate certain menu items to be managed by corporate and not allow the local store to configure them. Finally, we've got the remote station authorization. This allows you to log in remotely when you're not on an in-store station, taking over one of the stations that's designated as a remote. You can add a special password for this authorization to prevent unauthorized access. Okay, let's talk for a minute about these little red asterisks. Any of these functions require an administrative password. So, if you're going to change the settings on some of these functions, when you save, you're going to need to enter your password. The administrative password is a special secure password that's used for PCI compliance purposes to control access to anything that has to do with credit cards and their security. Just enter in create your admin password. If you haven't created one for yourself yet, you'll be asked to do so the first time you need it. One more thing to note. This setting, full access to all configuration options, is what controls access to the security screen. So, any employee that has access to that will have the option to come into security and give themselves access to anything else. Another thing you should know is that employees who have access to add or edit employee records can only set employees to a security level equal to or below their own. So for example, my supervisor may add employees at a driver or cashier level, but may not add an employee and give them an owner's access. So spend some time going through these security settings and customizing them to meet your needs. I'd like to point out the help screen. If you have any questions about any of these specific settings, you can go to the Screen Guide Index, go to Configuration Security, and you'll get a detailed explanation of each security option. Now you know how to set up the security settings in your system.